Thank you, Matt. I finished the regular season last week at home with a tough loss to Georgia State, game that didn't play well in the first half, didn't shoot the ball, struggled against their defense a little bit in the first half, and then settled in and came back, got a 6-point lead, and felt like we had the game under control. Had 3 turnovers the second half, had 2 in a stretch where we didn't need those turnovers, and it cost us. We wound up losing by 3. That's 5 games in conference that have been decided by 4 points or less, and we're 0-5. So if you flip those, we'd have a little bit better standing. But we're going to have to turn that around going into the tournament. Then next against Georgia Southern, we had a little bit of a sluggish first half on senior day. Started a different lineup, played some guys that hadn't played as much, but they settled in, made some shots, got a little interesting with a couple of technical fouls in the first half. And then we locked in and played good basketball the rest of the way. The second half, we out-rebounded those guys by 30, which I thought was pretty impressive, and did a good job shooting the ball from the free throw line and from 3. We had some guys step up and make some 3-point shots. Hayward and Casey had struggled in recent games. We're going to need those guys going into the tournament. And Devontae Walker stepped up and played like he's capable of playing, and we need him going forward in the tournament as well. We look forward to playing the winner of South Alabama, a team that we just played 2 Saturdays ago, versus Georgia Southern, a team we played this Saturday. So the scout will be fresh in our minds, and our guys are looking forward to that game on Friday evening at 5 o'clock in New Orleans.
Coach, how much does it help playing a team like Georgia Southern that plays it differently with the 4 or sometimes even like 5 guards in there, having played them just recently, if you do play them?
Well, it certainly will be a familiar scout. The 4-guard lineup has been successful for them. It causes problems. They lead the conference in 3-point field goals made per game, Dan, at 9 per game, and they'd made 16 and 16 in their last 2 games. We held them to 8. And again, 9 per game. They had 1 at Statesboro. They had 8 here, so we gave them 9 in 2 games, which we think is pretty good. And that, with a huge rebounding margin, was the reason that we were able to beat those guys. But it's a challenge to guard them. They make the threes in bunches, and they have several guys that can shoot them.
Did you work on the 1-3-1 during the week, or was that purely an in-game adjustment, trying to stop them from going to the basket?
No, we work on them every week. It was an in-game adjustment. We played a little zone. It didn't work, and then we went to 1-3-1. It was certainly our best defense. But it's something we practice weekly. And we had the right lineup in there to do it, too, Dave. That was important. That made it work.
Is that something you might realistically go with, just insert him, especially since he had the strong tournament game last year?
Yeah, well, he'll go like that tomorrow in practice to start, for sure. Our playing time is based off production, and Devontae was very good the other night, so he'll get the first option in practice on Tuesday.
What has kind of been the reason for his play over the past couple of weeks, Devontae? Have y'all changed up anything with his style, or what? Or is it just all up to him?
It's up to him. It could be the opportunity as well. He went into the season as the starter and had an opportunity. He was picked preseason 3rd-team All-League and didn't get minutes for a while, didn't play well either. And then down the stretch of conference, we won all those games, 9 in a row. Sean was playing lights out. Bryce was playing pretty well also. So it was not hard for him to get out on the floor for an extended period of time. He's the 3rd guy in that rotation. So being out there the other night, getting off to a good start, gave him confidence.
Coach, do you have to talk to the team about the mentality of a tournament setting, or do they kind of already get that?
Well, the guys that are here are familiar with what the tournament's all about. We talked about that the other night a little bit after the game. The seniors spoke, and then we talked about the conference tournament. So we know what's at stake. You have to go play well. If you don't, you go home. We've been very good at times. We started shaky. We've been very good, and then we've struggled a little bit as of recent games. But we're excited about the tournament. We have been the only team that's received a bye in the tournament for the last 3 years. And in 6 years here, we've had a bye or won a game, first round game every year. We've had 5 out of 6 byes, and the year we didn't, we won a game and got to the quarterfinals. So we've had success in the tournament. We're looking forward to getting a big crowd there. We need our Ragin Cajun faithful to support us. We need our students there on buses. We need our fans there, and to make it a home court environment for us. It certainly would be beneficial.
Are you going to change up anything for the tournament as far as lineups or style? Are you just going to go with what's been working for you during the season?
Well, we'll do both. We just talked about starting Devontae Walker at practice tomorrow, so Bryce has got a couple days to beat him out. That's one option, and we'll do some things a little bit different. We've got a couple of wrinkles that we've been holding, we've been practicing on, that when you play someone for 2 times during the season, you play them again in a conference tournament, it's nice to have a counter to some of your offensive plays. So we'll mix it up, and we'll also gamble and take some chances if we need to.
How many of the elements that you had going when you had your long streak did you feel like you had on Saturday night? And like, is there a sense of you were playing the other night like you were at all during the streak that maybe you can carry that into the tournament?
That's a good question, Tim. I feel like that all of our strengths were in play the other night. As far as Sean, obviously being triple team, didn't have the numbers that he had during the streak and didn't get the shots and score the points, but he still affected what's going on and creates more options for us that we have to take advantage of with spacing and ball movement and shooting. But we shot the three-point shot well the other night, better than we have. We made our free throws. Our defense was good, wasn't as good as it was during the streak. But those are areas that we need going into the tournament to be at our best.
How much of an advantage is it because you've got as much depth as anybody in the league to have that going into a situation where you're going to have to play a lot of games in a short amount of time?
Well, it's important to when you play 3 days in a row, Dan, that you have some guys that can step up and play, and you have some fresh legs. And we took off yesterday, and today's academic day. We've got optional shooting at 3 o'clock. But since we just played these 2 teams coming in, we want to be fresh in mind and body going into a couple of really good days of practice. And if you look at the Friday game, you compare it to Thursday, so today's kind of a Sunday for us in that regard. We'll have 3 days of practice starting tomorrow.
How important was it not just to play well, but to win on Saturday, even though the seeding had already been locked up? It really didn't mean anything standing-wise, but Casey mentioned it. It just was important to win the ball.
It means a lot to us, and we try to win every game that we play. And we want to win because we want to play well. We want to get repetition, play at our strengths, and come out and go into the tournament with some momentum. Just a confidence factor, knowing that, again, over the last couple of seasons, we've played well down the stretch, and you want to win that last game going in the tournament. We've done that the last few years, and we needed to do it again this time.
Especially tournament play, how important is it to convert at the free throw line to keep your guys aggressive getting to the free throw line?
It's important, and we'll continue to be aggressive, try to drive the ball, try to post up Sean and score from the free throw line.
Okay, everybody good? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.